Attention bubbleheads, sailors, and all military personnel. Enjoy truish, lighthearted, and funny adventures from life at sea, told by Mr. Durite himself. So pack your sea bags and rig the ship for dive. It's time for another sea story with Mr. Durite. I think they're ready for you.
Welcome back to Sea Stories with Mr. Durite. I'm your host, Mr. Durite, and today's show, Cutting It Close. That's right. Man, there we were. No, it ain't that type of story. No. This story is about Sailor P. Hey, Sailor P. I hope you're watching this show. So Sailor P was a cool dude. He was young. Compared to me, everybody was young, but he was young and inexperienced, and the Navy was the first thing he's ever done. When he came to our division, I mean, I was there, he was there before I got there, but, you know, he told me to tell, so I could tell the tale. When he got to the division, dude didn't even know what a screwdriver was. I mean, he was green as the screen behind me that you can't see. He had to learn everything. He had to learn it all. Over time, he got to know the tools, he got to know the equipment, and he became a competent technician, right? He was good. He knew his stuff. He could fix stuff. He was on point. He knew his job. Now that you know what Sailor P is all about. One of the things that we had to do while we were on watch was rig the bridge when we surfaced. We already knew when we was going to surface. We would have everything lined up, ready to go. It'll be sitting there in command, passage way. That way, surface. Get to the surface. The lookout and the officer of the deck was standing by to open the clamshells and everything. And we surfaced. Boom, they were up there. They looking around. Yep, we good to go. Time to rig the bridge. The navigation electrician forward, which was Sailor P at the time, would go up. They would pass stuff up to the bridge, and he would rig it, put everything where it would need to go. He had a bridge box, windshield, VMS display, and a freaking commercial radar to rig. That's what he had to do. Also, he had to grease the military radar, but that doesn't fall into this. That was advanced radar. If you go back to advanced radar, then you'll hear about the military radar. But that's not in this story. Okay? All right. This particular day, the WEPS was the officer of the deck. Now, if you go back to advanced submarine, you will hear about our weapons officer that called away submerged contact while we were in the sonar sphere. So this is the same weapons officer who was known to do questionable stuff. This particular day, the weapons officer was gonna micromanage the shit out of Sailor P. Now, Sailor P was a mild-mannered dude. He didn't get upset a lot. He didn't freak out a lot. He was a calm, cool, copacetic guy. But there were times when he could get really stressed out. You could tell he had a great childhood. You know, he didn't have a lot of stress in his life when he was younger. So once he got to the military and the stress was put on him, he had to learn how to adapt to the stress. And I tell you, that's a hard thing to do. If you've never been stressed out, when you finally get stressed, holy smokes, man, it's a tough thing. It's really tough, and the military puts a lot of stress on you. Now, one way that Sailor P would deal with his stress, and it wasn't necessarily a good way to deal with it, but that's how he dealt with it, and it freaked us out. But he carried a pocket knife, right? A lot of sailors had like diggets, and a digget is a foldable needle nose pliers, and you know it'll have a knife on it and a corkscrew and a nail file and all kind of crazy stuff on it. But that's what a digget is. Now, he didn't have a digget. At one time he had a digget and he used a digget, but he got this nice little pocket knife. You know, you pop it out, pocket knife. You know, blade wasn't longer than your hand because anything longer than your hand was illegal on base. So I don't know who would have anything big, like somebody walking around with a Bowie knife on the boat. Like, oh, you need to cut this? a Crocodile Dundee knife or some shit. Ah, mate, I can cut that for you. What? What you doing with that damn thing? You gonna stab a crocodile? No, it was just a regular old pocket knife. But what he would do, and it's crazy, he would take the blunt end of the knife and he would run it across his wrist like he trying to cut his wrist or something, you know, and we would look at him like, what the hell you doing, you know? We knew he was playing. We knew he didn't want to kill himself. But, you know, you see somebody doing stuff like that, you got to be concerned. So he would run that knife across his arm and like, yeah, one day I'm going to do it. And then he'll calm down and he's good to go. So this particular day, the officer of the deck, and I said this particular day a lot of times so far. I hope y'all keeping count. I like to give me my tally of this particular day down below. So this particular day, ching, the officer of the deck was giving Sailor P the shit. He was all in his shit. If this was shit, he was all in his shit. Muddling. Yeah, I watched Bar Rescue. He was muddling that shit. Right? Hey, you sure you turning those boats the right way in that windshield? You know, we in the northern hemisphere. Hey, that VMS, do they supposed to have 3 screws or 4? Hey, Furuno radar? We don't have a Furuno. It's supposed to be a full-bar radar. Did you bring the right radar up here? And poor Sailor P is just like, he's just losing it up there. If steam could come out of his ears, he'd be up there. Oh, the officer of the deck wasn't giving him a break. Now, I wasn't up there because there's no room for a lot of people up there. Let me tell you, that bridge is small. The width of the bridge is about the length of your bathtub. So stick more than 2 people in your bathtub and you're not going to be able to do it. Now, the lookout has a puka right behind the opening of the bridge, the clamshells, and he's stuck off in that little puka. But you trying to rig stuff. You trying to bring up heavy equipment and rig it up, and you got a person on the side of you that ain't helping and giving you shit and micromanaging you. That makes for some stressful time because you in there, you trying to work like this, right? And that's damn near impossible, you know? That's a dance. That's the sailor dance right there. There you go. This particular day, the officer of the deck had drove him completely batty. So Sailor P, being the sailor that he is, being the freaking shipmate that he is, being the motherfucking submariner that he is, he dealt with it. He bared his teeth and he grunted through it. He rigged that bridge the way it was supposed to be rigged because that dude was a professional. Professional. He came down from that bridge. Chief of the watch, Sailor P down from the bridge. All right, Sailor P. And he goes to the CSCS. He sits down, pulls out his pocket knife, and he goes to start shaving off his wrist again. But instead of using the blunt end, he didn't realize he was using the edge end. He proceeded to start filleting himself like, God damn, this bullshit, this is bullshit. And he was just going at his arm like he normally would do. Playing around. And he was playing that day, but he was so upset that he didn't realize that he wasn't using the blunt end of his knife and started shaving off the skin on his wrist. I mean, the dude was trying to make a pastrami sandwich. Now, I'm joking. I'm joking and laughing right now. The shit wasn't funny then. And we look back on it now. I talked to him about it a while back and he laughs at it. So I'm laughing at it because he's laughing at it. I wasn't laughing at it at the time. I was really concerned. But, you know, he shaved his arm. He looked at it like, oh, fuck. And he had just flaps. He was cutting himself up good. So he goes down to Doc. He says, Doc, I think I fucked up. So Doc looked at his arm. He says, boy, I think you fucked up. They patched him up and everything. And of course, it's the boat. It don't take long. I guarantee you that news went from, as soon as he hit Doc's cubby hole, that news just spread like wildfire through the boat. You know how fast fire spreads through the boat. Maneuvering like, man, did you hear about Sailor P? Like, he was still getting wrapped up. Everybody heard about it. So of course, Chief is gonna come. Chief comes in. Boy, I heard you done fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. And then Doc's like, yeah, he fucked up. So now it's time to talk. So Sailor P proceeded to tell him what happened in the bridge. And of course, the chief had to tell the division officer. The division officer had to tell the NAV. The NAV had to tell the XO. And the XO had to tell the SEAL. As I said, the Weps, this wasn't new. He's been doing this stuff for a while. They never thought he was doing it so bad to where it would make somebody want to cut their wrist. So now that the XO and the captain know, now something has to be done. Now, of course, they thought Sailor P was suicidal, but we all knew Sailor P, and we knew he wasn't. I mean, you don't take the chance, but we knew he wasn't. But they approached the Weps. And after that day, the Weps was a totally different person. I mean, it was pleasant going up there. You need a hand with that? Oh, come on. This goes right here? Hold on. Grab that boat. Go ahead. You got it? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's get that other part up here. Yeah. I mean, whoa. Night and day. And it was pleasant the whole way out for the rest of his time on the boat. Which, hallelujah, they don't have to be on the boat that long. That's that. That's that story. Oh, what happened to Sailor P? Oh, he went and finished out his enlistment and he got out and he's a carpenter now. He's making furniture and he's doing real good. He got a baby. He's real happy. And I tell you what, could he be a carpenter if he didn't come to the Navy, come to the boat and, learn how to do stuff and then realize that he enjoyed it? How did they say it? Without pressure, you can't have diamonds. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that was a good situation for him, but look where he's at right now. I mean, I hate that he had to cut up his arm and stuff. I mean, he had a pretty good scar on his arm at the heel, but I mean, without that pressure, where would he be right now? I mean, what could he be doing? Well, he could be doing a lot of stuff, but would he be doing what he's doing now? I mean, I think that time molded him into the person that he is right now. All it is to it. Because you're just a culmination of all your experiences, right? And all the people that you ever met. Without that, we wouldn't have the Sailor P that we have today. Just like if this wouldn't happen to me, I wouldn't probably be sitting here in front of this camera talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Things happen for a reason. I think it happens for a reason. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you for coming back to Sea Stories with Mr. Durite, with your host, Mr. Durite. And until next time, peace. So this is going to be cutting it close. Boy, and I am cutting it close with this shit because I'm recording this on Monday, the day that I'm releasing it. Holy shit, I'm getting behind with this stuff. Anyway. One of the things that we had to do when we were on, why I can't say that. The officer of the deck and the lookout is in the what the fuck was that shit called? As soon as he hit Doc's, what was Doc's? The chief has to go tell the division officer. The division officer has to tell the damn, what the fuck were they called? That's the sailor dance right there. There you go. There you go. There you go. Anyway.